CGTN Radio. Hear the difference.
And now the news. I'm Shane Bigham. Xi Jinping's urging all Chinese people to stay united under the leadership of the Communist Party of China and jointly push forward national rejuvenation. He made the remarks while joining a group discussion with delegates from Guangxi who are attending the 20th CPC National Congress. Xi Jinping said the Congress further points out the direction for the development of the party and the country's cause. He also described the event as a political declaration and program of action for the party to unite Chinese people to uphold and develop socialism with Chinese characteristics. On the second day of the CPC's 20th National Congress in Beijing, authorities said the country's economy posted a notable recovery trend in the third quarter. Reporter Ge Enna has more.
Senior Chinese officials briefed the journalist on how China will apply the new development philosophy and promote high-quality development. As outlined in the report, Xi Jinping delivered at the opening session of the CPC National Congress. Zhao Chenxing with the National Development and Reform Commission said Chinese economy has largely maintained the trend of recovery and development, although it has fluctuated every month since the beginning of the year. He added that despite a complex and grim international situation and a weak transnational investment, China has overcome multiple difficulties in attracting foreign investment and achieved remarkable results. Meanwhile, the head of the State Grain and Reserve Administration said China has improved its ability to ensure food security over the last decade, with higher annual grain output and a more stable market operation. Cong Liang also said that by maintaining a sound food security situation, China has guaranteed that its food supply remains firmly in its own hands.
A former senior UN official says the 20th National Congress of the CPC provides a platform for China to review its progress and devise plans for the future. Former UN Under-Secretary General Eric Solheim made the remarks in an interview with CGTN Radio.
I think the 20th Party Congress is an enormous opportunity to celebrate the progress. The biggest of all progress is, of course, to bring every single Chinese out of poverty. And the Congress is an opportunity to celebrate that. But it's also an opportunity to look ahead. And I think the next for China is more high-quality growth. It's an opportunity to set the target of an ecological civilization.
Solheim's also former UN Environment Chief and president of the Green Belt and Road Institute. The United Nations has warned of a possible spread of the cholera outbreak in the southeastern part of Ethiopia amid growing case numbers. The UN Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs says as of October 10th, over 190 cholera cases were reported in 3 districts. It says locals have reported 4 cholera deaths since the first case on August 27th. The agency says the use of unsafe water from contaminated water points is the most likely cause of the outbreak. The Iranian petroleum minister says the country started refining its crude oil in Venezuela. It's reported that Iran started processing around 100,000 barrels per day in Venezuela's El Palito refinery. Efforts are underway to expand Iran's refinery operations in overseas markets. Reports also say that Iran signed a $116 million contract with the Venezuelan state oil firm in May to repair and expand the refinery. The new UK finance minister has promised to win back the country's economic credibility by fully accounting for the government's tax and spending plans. Jeremy Hunt was speaking in an interview after Prime Minister Liz Truss appointed him to replace Kwasi Kwarteng as Chancellor of the Exchequer on Friday. The move came after financial upheaval as investors sold British government bonds heavily after the Truss government's September 23rd plan to slash taxes. Despite the government's U-turn on the tax cuts, Hunt expressed his support in Truss as Prime Minister, insisting that she remains in charge of the country. Thousands of protesters have piled into the streets of Paris to voice their anger against the high cost of living. The march on Sunday for wage increases and other demands was organized by left-wing opponents of President Emmanuel Macron. France's newly crowned Nobel Literature laureate Annie Ernaux and far-left leader Jean-Luc Mélenchon were some of the prominent figures marching among the protesters. Transport strikes have been called for Tuesday, adding to the government's woes amid wage strikes that have crippled fuel refineries and depots, sparking fuel shortages. And that's the news. I'm Shane Bigham.